I thought I would paint one of my stacks projects while I was talking about being creative every day. It's something that I love to do, and I've come up with 10 different ways to think outside the box and find creativity. It's not always about painting, it's about what inspires you and how to find it. Those are my tips for you. My first tip for you to being creative every day is to look outside. What do you see that makes you smile? Dappled light on a tree trunk? Corn crops swaying in the wind? A sailboat on the lake? A couple in deep discussion on a park bench? Make it personal. Why did you notice them? Make sure it connects to you. What was it about the moment that made you smile? That's important. Write it down. Number 2, visit your bookshelf. These were all handpicked by you, so choose one and thumb through it, pulling ideas out of it to create around. Look at the colors, typefaces, photographs, the objects, the general aesthetic of the book. What can you take from it and pull it into your art? What was the reason you bought it? Why? Was it the artist? Was it the photographs? Was it the style? Was it the subjects inside? It connected to you for a reason. Write that down. Remember it. It's important. Number 3, take one photo a day that evokes an emotion. Happy, sad, joyful, frantic, peaceful. This will strengthen your connection to what is around you and hopefully inspire interesting art. Think about 2 children laughing. What color does that look like? What shapes? Does an image come to mind? Make it personal. Why did it connect with you? That is the point of these exercises, is make it connect to you so that the art just comes from within without someone telling you to do it. I want you to feel it, to pull it out, to see why it matters to you. Number 4, take a walk in your neighborhood. What textures are you noticing? Nature, architecture, atmosphere, people, etc. Take photos of 5 to 10 related textures that you find interesting and figure out a way to add them to your art. I know when I see like chipping paint on a building, I'm always asking myself, how would I make that in a painting? What layers would I do? What would be the start and the ending result that I would want from that? Is it the way that the paint flakes, or is it the crackling, or is it just seeing all the underneath layers? Why did you notice it? That's important. Number 5, pull out an old art supply. You know, that one way in the back of your drawer. Maybe you bought it for a class and only used it once. Reintroduce it to yourself. Play, experiment, draw, write, etc. How can you use it in your sketchbook in a way it's not meant to be used? Think about that, in a way that it's not meant to be used. It might spark something on a jelly plate. Maybe you introduce it with another medium. So maybe it's chalk, but you add ink to it. What kind of effect would you get? After play, if you put it back in the drawer, why not pass it on to another artist and let them experience it for themselves? Number 6 is color mixing. You know I love color mixing. I want you to pull out your favorite color. You know, that one that you always go to. For me, buff titanium. Yes, I know. For the next 5 days, I want you to mix it with some of your non-favorites and see what they create together. This has given me some of my favorite color mixes. It is unexpected, it's inspirational, and it leads me to trying it with more colors. And after a while, you know what it will do with your whole palette. That's what I want you to take from that. Just keep playing. We don't play enough with our colors, so we always look at them like as a blue, a red, a yellow, instead of a blue that we mix together that no one else is mixing, or a red that we've mixed another color with to make our own kind of signature red. Think of a pink. What pink is you? What kind of blue is you? That's what I want you to try to find with these color mixes. Make a palette that is more about everything on it you love and not just a few colors. Number 7, what are you watching at the moment? For me, it's The Gilded Age. Thank you, Sandy. And I can tell you the color combination, the costumes, the decor, they're amazing to look at. But I'm also creating little drawings and color palettes to the things I'm fascinated by. The jewelry is amazing. The background, like the wallpaper textures. They wear beautiful hats, so I'm sketching those little hats and adding colors to the ones that I love. I love just the logo of the Gilded Age as the flower unfolds, but I see purples and grays and yellows and pinks in that, and it gives me a palette to play with later on, but it can be inspired by your favorite movie or your favorite show. Keep a little notebook that is just for that. It's a great way to pull something out that is individual to you, but it can inspire pieces of art, all with that kind of theme or era in mind. And it just makes it fun to experiment with. Number 8, I want you to think of words or quotes. Pull some of your favorite words or quotes and create art around them. Let the words inform the art, the season, the color, your reaction, the shape. Trust me, no two pieces will be alike, which is a great way to find creativity without looking too far. I love the word curious. I love the word observant. I love the word discovery. What are your favorite words? And what images do you conjure up with your words? Write those down, they're important. Explore them. So, say for me, curious. I always think about a magnifying glass. So what could I do with a magnifying glass, right? I could look at a piece of nature through it. I could look at a feather. I could study a bug. I could look at a leaf really close and get all the details. I could look at a lichen, piece of moss, a mushroom. It just gives me different ways to look at it, but think about that on a sketchbook page. It would look truly beautiful, and it would represent you in the best way. Number 9, let your sketchbooks inspire you. As you're flipping through them, if a piece makes you stop, I want you to ask why. Why are you giving it a second notice? What was it about it? Was it a color? Was it an object? Was it a way that you painted? Was it a technique? I want you to think about, could I create a series around it, or find an interesting area you love and create around it? You will be surprised how our past art really gets our energy up and excited to create with it. Because it is our art and we've already created it, I think that's a great source to visit over and over and over again. When I do that, I just take one sketchbook at a time and I kind of take notes on what I was inspired by, or I leave it open and start creating something else. It is a way to visit our past art, but also inform our future art. And I think that's a great way to recycle and repurpose our art practice of being inside of a sketchbook. Number 10, keep a list of things you notice for the next 10 days. Let this inspire your art. I want you to think of color, mood, memory, where you were, who were you with, what was the weather like, where were you headed, those kind of things. It all matters because it connects you to what you saw and why you noticed it in the first place. We go past a cornfield every day. We're in the country, and I love watching it change. I love seeing the earth. Then it gets planted. Then we see sprouts. Then it starts growing. It's knee high. Then it's thigh high. Then it's head height. Then it starts having the tassels and the colors start changing. And now it's becoming harvest time. It's dried. It's yellow ochre. But for me, it is the swaying of the wind that just makes it all seem uniform and beautiful and colorful because the sun hits it in different ways. I could look at a cornfield over and over and over. And that makes me appreciate the color. It makes me appreciate movement. It makes me appreciate the sun. Everything about it. Traveling and noticing. It is what connects to you and that moment. When you keep a list for yourself, You'll be surprised by how you can pull that up over and over and over and create a different piece of art every time, because you're in a different frame of mind from yesterday to today to tomorrow. And that will help your art evolve, but it will also help your art of practice. I want you as an artist to be doing, to create a habit, to find things that you're inspired by so that you can constantly create what you want to. So put on some favorite music or your favorite YouTube video. While they're painting, paint something from your list of everyday items. Believe me, your art will become more important to you because you see yourself reflected in it. And as an artist, I can't think of a better thing. If you were inspired by today's creative ideas, please leave me a comment or a like. If you haven't subscribed, please click the button. And as always, thanks so much for watching.